Okay, I've got my headset set and we are ready to roll. And we are going to start off with screen share. And we are rolling. We are here in week 3. We are on Thursday of week 3. I'd like to point out again right here, this date here, this is next Thursday. So Thursday at this time, 10 o'clock, the class will end and lock at 10 o'clock. Everything needs to be completed by then. Can't put in any extensions because the class will end. I don't have any control over that. No assignments can be emailed, texted, or sent after that 10 o'clock deadline. At 10 o'clock, the servers will start going through, knocking people out of the classes. If you're in the middle of the final exam or anything at that point, you will be pushed out. Please don't send things after that time. And as for extensions, unfortunately, I cannot do that. That is unavailable at that time. All right. That last day, I will be doing a recorded session. The reason being is I can put that out there immediately after midnight on that last day. So you will have access to that along with that final participation question that will give you the maximum amount of time on that last day to close anything up, ensure that you have anything that you need to have done, you're able to do it. And please do not skip or miss out on any of those assignments that are available. So here we are in week 3. You should have everything caught up, including that LinkedIn profile. Please make sure you're filling everything out completely. Just doing the bare minimum as far as in creating these things does not get you the full points. They must be completed uh, thoroughly. Just, going in, putting things together rather rapidly, not about filling the full assignment does not get you the full points. Interviews, the debriefs are coming in good, waiting for the assignments back from the interviewee to make sure exactly how that went. It sounds like everything is going smoothly. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that you are learning and growing. These things are going to help you throughout your career. Career plan, step 2. This is coming through and due today. Remember, this is where you are going to be using this worksheet. Either you are going to download this, print this, write on it, or recreating this in your text box or in Word, but you're going to take those long-term goals from week 1. You're adding short-term goals and SMART goals into those. Again, you want to make sure you're doing this fully, not only for the points here, but because you're going to need this for your final career plan in next week. All right. The more thorough you do this, the easier that's going to make it for next week. Speaking of next week, these assignments open tomorrow. They'll be available to you to give you a jump on that. With the week ending on Thursday, I like to get people advance into this so that you can try to knock some of these out. That will help you out with that short week next week with everything ending on Thursday at 10 o'clock. The other thing that you have today here is this mock interview thank you letter. So in here, since you've had your mock interview or you're getting ready to have it, or you may have stepped out, it's to send a thank you letter, okay? You will email your career services person that you interviewed with this email and upload a copy or paste the information into the assignment. You're going to write a thank you letter to them. Okay, so there's a link in here that you can click on with some examples, but we're going to be going over that here tonight with some other ways to assist and write these business letters. That's what the topic of discussion is going to be. Now, most people aren't thrilled about writing business letters. Everybody kind of have a distaste for it, don't like it, right? Well, the good news is all business letters have kind of the same format. So learn it once, you learn it all the way. So that's a good thing. Going back to the debrief, one of the things I see that keep popping up is the tell me about yourself. Please don't forget that's the reason why we had you write that elevator pitch. That is the answer to it. Remember, you memorize that, and that is used over and over. These are the reasons why we have you do these things so that you don't have to stumble or figure out what to say. Do it once, memorize it, and it is useful everywhere. So these things save you time, effort, and make you look good in the long run. Okay, so that covers everything that you're going to do here. The headshots, okay, these are photos from the shoulders up. This is a great thing to include on that LinkedIn profile. It gets more people interested in you and coming to see you and let them know that they're interested in you. That LinkedIn profile is a lot more profitable to you than you realize. Take the time, fill it out completely. List specifically what skills you have in that profession, those hard skills. These are the career specific skills that you have. The soft skills, these are the ones that you may have learned from multiple careers. These are also those transferable skills. That education section should list exactly what you're studying at STC, not just here at ATA STC, but what you're specifically studying. Give people information. If you're not giving people specifics, they're not specifically looking for you. So put that to work for you and make it beneficial. All right. So that's where we are right now. Don't forget, you can get that jump on week 4. Make that week 4 a little bit easier for you. Okay. Now, usually at this time, I have to kind of give people a little bit of a pep talk. I'm making sure everything's caught up. This class is doing exceptional in that. I don't have to do that. Just don't let things slide that last week. Make sure you're turning everything in and complete it and finish good. We don't want to see those week 4 oopses where people just kind of, my grade's good enough, and they let it go and they miraculously slide under that, minimum grade, and they don't quite make it over. Don't think that because your grade is high, week 4, you don't have to do things. We have seen people not make it because of that. I don't want anyone to fall victim to that. So please don't play the numbers game. You're doing strong, so let's finish strong. All right. So we are ready to roll here. We're going to start things off. And so let me switch screens here. Try this again. There we go. Had a screen that was trying to steal part of it there. So draw my little smiley face. Only 4 days left of actual class after this. This is the last full weekend of the class. So go through, check, see if you have anything outstanding you need caught up. But today we're going to talk about the structure of a business letter, cover letters, thank you notes, and any other ones that you may need to write. Okay, now when you do a business letter, this is what you need. Your font should be Allegri, Times New Roman, Arial, 11-point font, left justified. Do not indent paragraphs, single space, double space between the paragraphs of 1-inch margins. Whew. Did you get all that? Okay, the good news is this is what your standard machines are set up for. When you go into Outlook, you go into Word, etc. This is standard. You should not have to mess with this. We used to have to. We used to pay $300 so that we could get one copy of a resume written. One copy, that's what you got for $300. Then you had to pay $5 for each additional copy that was made. Luckily, we can do these things now in Word, etc. We've come a long way, and you have the capability of doing that now. Okay? So when you are doing a business letter, you're going to have a heading, a date. If it's going snail mail or being mailed to someone, not email, you're going to have an inside address. Okay? Everybody gets a greeting, an introduction, a body, closing paragraph, and a complimentary close. So let's take a look at these. Okay? Excuse me. If you're sending it out through regular mail, this is what we call up in the heading here. This is your uh, your return address here. Your return address at the top. This is you. Okay. This is what we have up at the top. Then you have your date, and then this is what we call the inside address. Okay. So your inside address, the reason why we have it is your mail may be going to a large corporation. And while it is there, they may have one person who opens all the mail. And this inside address here, this tells them who it is going to. So they open all the mail and they distribute according to that. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So here we go. We have a greeting, dear Mr. Frainer, or it's going to say regarding, and it'll have the job posting, or it'll actually say job posting, or however you identified that job. What you don't want to say is to whom it may concern, okay? We are not notifying somebody of a death or anything like that. So that is considered not a good greeting. We don't do that anymore. Things have changed. So if you don't know the person's name directly, we are going to simply put in here regarding the job posting, okay? So that's one thing we want to do is we want to have that listed in there if we can possibly can. If it's just as a description, put the description in there, all right? So that's what we have in there, okay? Now, in the first paragraph, this is the why, okay? Why are you writing? You're going to tell them exactly why you are writing to them, okay? The purpose of it, okay? And then the next one, this is why you're the best. Remember when I told you, I want you to tell me why you're better than the rest of the competition. It wasn't just to get you to talk about your ego, you need to start explaining why you're better. Because the person wants to hire the best. And if you can't tell me why you're the best, you're not going to be hired. Now, this is something a lot of people do not do. It's the call to action. This call to action, we are going to step it up. We are going to say, these are the days and times I'm available. I'm waiting for you to call me. Notice that. I'm waiting for you to call me. I'm waiting for you to contact me, etc. You're going to put that in there. What you're doing is you're telling them, you will contact me. Okay? We're wagging the dog. We are telling them, you will do this. And they do. Without that, you're leaving it up to them, and that's never a good thing. So you tell them what to do. That's what a call to action is. I want you to think way back. I told you you are in charge of the interview. You take control over that. You can end it at any time. You can ask questions. You decide if you want the job. These things are under your control. You ultimately have the ACE card. Here, you tell them what to do. Okay? I want you to remember these things. You have more power in the job search than you realize. Okay? And I want you to describe also your enthusiasm in here. And then you're going to do the complimentary close, which is the sincerely, your name, and right here, you're enclosing a resume. Every single time you send something to somebody, you put that resume in there. Okay? How many people lose emails? Can't find them. You know you filed it, you know it's there, you lose them. So every time you send it, put that resume in there because you don't want them looking for it. It's there. If they're looking for you somewhere, they might find someone else in the process. Make it easy for them. Now, this is what the hard copy thank you looks like. See all the address information up at the top? That is letterhead. That's always there. Okay, that's letterhead. But right here, look, here is your inside address right here. There's your greeting. This is your purpose, blah, blah, blah. This is why you're the best. And then here's your call to action. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's great. But most of you are going to be doing it email. Okay. This is essentially your inside address, your email. Okay. Right there. Boom. You're going to tell them this is what it's regarding. Okay. Then you're going to do your greeting. You're going to tell them this is why you're doing it. Thanking them for the opportunity. This is why I'm contacting you. I'm thanking you for the opportunity. Okay. And this is very close to what you need to do. Thank you for the interview. And be specific. Okay. Don't keep describing things in general terms. Be very specific. Thank you for the opportunity to interview for the position of blah, blah, blah. Okay, be specific. My enthusiasm. Now you're going to be in the area where you talk about you're the best. Okay, this is where you can put things like, I look forward for the opportunity to become under your employment and bring to you, your team, my extensive set of skills, da, 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 da. Whatever you want to put in here. The reason why we're wording it this, because you're telling them you're going to hire me because of this. Telling you I'm the best. I'm pushing myself in on you. And I'm telling you, I'm the best. You want me. You need to have me on your team. Anything else is less than the best. Thank you again. I've attached a copy of my resume. I am available at the following days and times, and I am waiting for your contact. Push, push, push. It's not being too pushy. You're doing their work for them. I told you how good I am. There's my resume. Here's my date and time. Now contact me. There, I did your job for you. See how good I am. Or if you're Miami, you can say, look how good I did it for you now. Boom. It's all done. All you do is pick up the phone and I'm yours for the right price and benefits. Okay? So there it is all blown up. The same thing we just went over. It's just a repeat of that. Okay. Now, other business letters you're going to come up with, accepting or declining a position. If you're going to accept or decline, you need to let them know. Letters to suppliers, replies to customer complaints. It has become a great practice. If you get a complaint from a client in any way, shape, or form, no matter what the business is, the person in charge no longer wants to write those. They're turning them over to the person the complaint was against. It's a great customer relation thing. They want you to write it. Okay? That's bothersome. But you can do this. Okay? Dear Miss Boswell, I'm delighted to accept the position. Look at this. The greeting, what you're doing. As soon as I receive the formal offer, so what you're saying is, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, then you're going to expect them to let you start work. It still has that call to action. I will work once you do this. Okay? You thank them again, as always, and you sign and you're out. Everything follows the same format. Business runs on rules. It doesn't matter what career you have. Things follow the same format. Okay? It's not magical. It's nothing extreme. What happens is if people don't know, they create all this, oh my God, you got to do this and this and this and this. That is where the problem happens. The misconception. And that scares somebody else. And then they get scared. In reality, it's one way to do them all. You're just changing the words depending on what you're doing. But it's always the same thing. You greet the person, tell them why you're writing, tell them what you need to do, thank them, and sign it. Everybody understand how this is, how this works, and how every letter is the same. Everybody got that? Doesn't matter what you're doing, it's always the same. Now, if you decide you don't want to work somewhere, they made you an offer, it's not going to work. Again, you greet them, you thank them, you told them you considered it, you're declining. I'm grateful. Thank you again. Goodbye. Don't just ignore them, don't ghost them, because there could come a time where they offered me a job once, now I may need it. Don't burn those bridges. You may have to cross them again. All right? Now, this is a big thing because this happens. You're going out into that new career. I want you to think about what you think is going to be your biggest hurdle or obstacle that might keep you from that new career. How will you overcome it? Answer both questions in detail. Does require both. Can't cop out and say, oh, I don't think I'm going to have any. The thing called imposter syndrome. That's where you feel like you don't know or won't be able to succeed where you need to. You don't fit in. You don't have the credentials. That's what's called imposter syndrome. Most people encounter this in their careers. Everybody has a piece of knowledge. You have it. That person has it. That person has it. That one over there has it. No single person knows it all. The person that says they know it all, they typically know the least. Okay? I always tell people, don't be the smartest person in the room. That is usually a double-edged sword. If someone tells you, well, you're the smartest person in the room, it's not a compliment. Okay? Know what you know and know what you don't. In imposter syndrome, everybody knows some, and together as a team, you know it all. That is how a great team works. So you're going to have some hurdles and obstacles. What do you think you're going to encounter, and how are you going to overcome it? So think that through. That is your question for the end of week 3. When we come back Monday, you're going to have 4 days left, with Thursday ending at 10 o'clock. All right. And that is it for tonight. I hope you have a great weekend. Catch up on anything that you might be missing. And we will see you Monday at 6 o'clock. Y'all have a great weekend, and we'll see you then.